Hey y'all, we're gonna get us a reading for the sign of Pisces. As you know, I've already began my pre-shuffle before I press the record button. So I'm gonna cut the deck and we're gonna get into it with the main energy for the sign of Pisces. Now Pisces, bottom of the deck, we got count your blessings, right? And it's the number 10. So, you know, the 10 speaks of the wheel of fortune. So it's something about, you know, you being able to acknowledge the things that really matters. You know what I mean? Like over time, when it comes to the different experiences that you may have had, you know. And with the counting your blessings, I really feel like you may be the type of person that acknowledge the little things. You know what I mean? Again, you waking up in the morning is a blessing. You know what I mean? Okay. And bottom of that deck, we got money. Yeah. So this might have something to do with your stability. I'm even hearing, you know, that you're the type of person where in times when you may not even necessarily have much, it's like you still know how to make the most out of what you do have. You know, that's a quality. So you got adult mindset, 1,000 different ways to get it. So off top, Pisces, you definitely, that's the number 2. That high priestess energy and this adult mindset is, you know, empress energy. It's something about you being very abundant, about you being very prosperous. It's something about you knowing how to, again, see the light in the situation, even when it seems like you in, you know what I mean, a hole of darkness. It's something about a pit of pitch black is what I'm hearing. And you got public eye, so it's given at your strength. Something about you being a leader, you being very brave, courageous. This is being seen by a lot of people around you. The fact of how your mindset is, the fact that you got 1,000 different ways to get it. You grown as fuck, you know what I mean? And again, yeah, look, public eye and closed door. It said Jezebel spirit on the back, hypersexual, lustful. So it's making me feel like you definitely closed off when it comes to options or something like that. Really flexing your strength, you know what I mean? This closed door is something about you allowing limited access to you or something like that right now. And you got knowledge. Okay. So it's something about you being on a path that's destined for you when it comes to your knowledge, the different things that you know. You know, most of the time they always say that Pisces are like older souls, and honestly, y'all, you guys are different. Y'all some little magical motherfuckers. Y'all kind of different. I ain't gonna say kinda. But yeah, you know, with this 20, this being this judgment call, it seems like it was some type of divine timing, you know, when it came to you tapping into this knowledge. Gaining the access that you have. Yeah, something about you awakening spiritually. And you have honest accomplishment. So it's something about, you know, with this honest energy, you learning over time and being honest about, you know what I mean, the situations that you were placed in. You know, it's something about like this being the 14. So that's going to be that temperance energy. That's going to speak of healing. That's going to speak of patience, moderation, learning to be sensible. You know what I mean? It seems like you did some type of honest healing, some type of real healing, you know, in order to gain this accomplishment. And it's something about you being very structured, very disciplined, you know, something about you having control, you know, authority. Like you very dedicated is what it's making me feel. And you got exposed, open, unprotected, uncovered, visible. So it's something about your accomplishments, you know, being exposed. Something about you being open, you know what I mean, to this energy. Look, and you got envy, baby. See, look, aroused by someone else's possession. You hear me? So when it comes to you having 1,000 different ways of getting it, it's something about you having to conquer more so your shadow self. Because that's the number 15. That has a lot to do with, you know, the devil card. Yeah. That can speak of addictions. That can speak of toxic lifestyles, you know, temptation, lustful energy. Yeah. But most of all, what I'm getting with this is this 1,000 different ways of getting it. You really got somebody or had people looking at you a certain type of way. People wanted what you had. Yeah. But it's something about the adult mindset. Motherfuckers not knowing how to love. Look, coming into balance in the reverse, see? So somebody is envious because things aren't coming into balance for them. Somebody feels as if they're getting bad karma, like they got bad luck. This may be a backward Virgo or something like that. Or even with this being 6th house energy, you know, it's something about the way that somebody is appearing. You know, when it comes to like their health, somebody is not taking care of themselves. And this is able to be seen by their peers, this disharmonious energy that they in. Yeah, somebody might even have Virgo highly aspected if it's not an actual Virgo. Either way it goes, it's 6th house energy. Yeah. Let me see. What's going on with this? So this Virgo in the reverse is a closed door to them because somebody sold their soul. It has a lot to do with tradition. It has a lot to do with somebody's teaching. Somebody conformed to society's norms, knowing that they knew better, that they were taught better. It's something about them having access to knowledge, you know what I mean? In order to be able to, like, awaken is what I'm getting. But again, somebody wasn't being honest about their accomplishments over time. What's going on? You got a High Priestess sideways. Okay. So it's making me feel like with this High Priestess energy, right? First of all, the knowledge that you have is very sacred. You know, it's something about not only sacred knowledge, but it's like a hidden knowledge. It's some type of spiritual gifts or spiritual, you got access to the other side is what it's making me feel. And maybe another individual, whoever it is that's paying attention to you with this envious eyes, they had access to the other side too, you know. But it's something about them hiding their intentions, keeping secrets. Like somebody wanted to use the access that they had, you know what I mean, in order to cause destruction. Yep. See, you got an opportunity in an ex. See, somebody took an opportunity when it came to an ex of yours in order to reach their accomplishments. See, so it's something about you happen to be honest as well, too, when it came to you stepping into the position of who you really were, you know, in order to accept the opportunities, you know, that were being brought to you, open to you. Yeah, it got a lot to do with your healing, I kid you not. Yeah. But this ex, it was something hidden about an ex of yours or something like that. Some type of illusion. Yeah, which was keeping you unprotected, keeping you open or something like that. Yeah, when it came to a copycat. May have been an Aquarius. Look, Sagittarius. Used up, exhausted. Clear path, work it out. 7 stages of grief in the reverse. See, so somebody is in denial, right? They in denial that they in grief. They in denial that they actually getting their ass tore up for their own actions. Yeah, somebody was being real dishonest is what it is. And with this working it out, somebody want to try to come back together, hash things out with you in order to move forward, because they feel like you're going to be able to give them a clear path when it comes to this alignment. They trying to align themselves in your energy. Yeah. But somebody is insecure because they exhausted, they drained, they tired, they used up, weary. Sagittarius. And even if this ain't a Sagittarius, this got something to do with 9th house energy. It has a lot to do with somebody's mental exploration. It's like you running laps around their ass. They can't keep up with you, period. There's something about you being very free-spirited, you know, that philosopher energy. You do your own thing, you know, and you're very explorative. And somebody wanted to copy that energy. Yeah, so that's what's being exposed. This ex and this denial that they in. About how dishonest they was being. Yeah. See, this person trying to hide this envy, like I said, the way that they feel, in order to work it out, to gain some type of authority or some type of control of a situation, because they're not able to bring this back in balance. They don't have this adult mindset in order to get this clear path. Yeah. And see, when it comes to this public eye, these people see that this person is this Virgo energy in the reverse, baby. Somebody is wore the fuck out. Closed door when it comes to a Sagittarius that sold their soul. Again, somebody got, you know what I mean? Like, it could be highly aspected, Sagittarius. What's going on with this? Spirit said that the situation is fair. What's going on? You got constant, sideways, scared. So with this constant energy, you know, this knowledge, something is sideways. Why is this constant sideways like this, Spirit? You got to identify specific sideways as well, too. Demonic effect. See, so somebody is imbalanced. It has a lot to do with something that somebody constantly did over time when it comes to this Wheel of Fortune. Yep, in order to get, you know, favor. It's like in order to get, you know, karma to go in their favor. Or it's even like, you know, luck, you know, for better lack of words. It's like somebody constantly was trying to get them an opportunity. And it's something with them identifying, you know, specifically, clearly defined. They wanted this ex that you had. They wanted this ex, baby. They felt like this ex was an emperor. This ex was going to be the one that was going to gain them some type of stability. In all actuality, you know what I mean? This ex may have been an emperor. But see, where they fucked up at is the ex was your emperor. This bitch was not an empress. If it's a bitch and if it's a masculine, he's still a bitch too. Especially if you're out there operating like this in little girl energy. What's going on? Being greedy. What's this identified ex about? Look, you got cold energy and it came out sideways. People grouping together due to related beliefs. Discard. So, okay, somebody got the accomplishment when it came to this ex to get them to join some type of hate train or something like that when it came to you. They felt like this ex had some type of control or something like that. They was going to use this ex to cause delays. Yeah. What's going on with the 7th? You got spared in the reverse. Okay, so somebody was not spared when it came to this cold energy. That's why they're in this disharmonious energy that they in. Somebody is not able to connect or something like that. Somebody got sacrificed when it came to this cold energy. Okay, so what's this working it out? Work what out? You got summer. You came out sideways, so something ended around summer. And now somebody want to work this situation out in order to get a clear path, or something might be ending, you know, now, soon. With that eclipse energy is really what it's giving me. I kid you not, because, baby, that eclipse was booming. You hear me? June through September, something taking place, something ending. What's going on? You got attention. So it's something about this clear path and some type of attention somebody receiving. Something is being illuminated. Yeah. This exhaustion is. What's going on with this attention? You got a divine feminine. So around summer, it's a lot of attention on a divine feminine. Yeah, it got a lot to do with how you letting your intuition guide you. Give me more with this divine feminine. You got a Scorpio here. That was constantly, okay. You know, this Scorpio speaks of death and regeneration. This 8th house energy speaks of cycles, something stopping only for another thing to begin. What's going on with this Scorpio, though? You got moon. Somebody might have a Scorpio moon that's under judgment. On a high horse, acting better than others in the reverse. Okay. So it seemed like somebody done been knocked off their high horse. Something ended with somebody operating a certain type of way. Give me more. Knocked off their high horse. Why? You got a hidden enemy. So somebody has been identified as being a hidden enemy of yours, which caused the sudden change. They was part of this hate train. Yeah. And still wanted to be around you. Still trying to smile in your face. What's going on with this hidden enemy? You got copy in the reverse, spiritual communication in the reverse. So see, that's why I said with that high priestess energy, somebody cannot copy your spiritual communication. Whatever gifts it is that you have, whatever it is that you're doing, copy in the reverse. This person is a narc. Somebody just want to control the situation again. It's something with them just wanting attention. And they getting attention for being, goddamn it, the used wash rag that the fuck they is. Spiritual communication in the reverse did not get spared again. Ain't no sparing, no bullshit. Transformation is being forced. Somebody toxic ways, like it just is what it is. They bound to their shadow self and they cool with it. That's how they like operating. So it's like, bitch, do that over there. What's this summer energy about? You got discerning. So something was brought to the light, you know, where you had to use your discernment. You had to use your good judgment. Yep. Because something was off in the situation. Look, hiding true intentions in the reverse. And somebody tried to present themselves like they was not hiding their true intentions around summer. Somebody tried to make it seem like they do fuck with you. They was trying to get your attention. Yep. It's something about somebody getting some type of bad karma or bad luck again, but they was trying to present themselves like they was coming with their true intentions, but you was able to tell that something was off. You a divine femme, a divine masculine, you know what I mean? You able to tap into that energy. Your spidey senses went up with an individual. And again, it's something about you using your good judgment and closing out a cycle, ending some shit. Yep, it may have been hard. But it's something about you learning, you knowing. You got a Cancer sideways here. Yep, so this might have something to do with a Cancer. You got a Scorpio, Cancer, ending something with a Cancer. You know, Cancer is 4th house energy as well, too. So that has something to do with, you know, that's your home. That's your roots. That's your house. That can speak of childhood, you know what I mean, up into. Yeah, and it's given that when it comes to, again, somebody's foundation, they don't be on their high horse. What's going on with this? It's they don't know no better. So somebody is just foolish. They don't know no better. Look, watching, all eyes on you in the reverse. So somebody wasn't paying attention to a situation when they chose to be dishonest, when they chose to be unfair. When they chose to be a hidden enemy. When it comes to your home or something like that, somebody can't see you or something. They can't watch you or something. Maybe this person, you stop allowing the individual in your home or something. Look, you got Anubis here. So you being protected. Your people coming in is what that is. Your spiritual. Yeah. Okay. So somebody wanted to try to come at you on the spiritual level. So again, your people tapped in. You know, Anubis is the person who leads you through the underworld in order to get your heart weighed. Anubis gonna grant you access. Somebody couldn't copy this. They couldn't copy this. Look, learn lesson in the reverse. See, so somebody's heart is not as light as a feather. You know, they did not get their heart chakra activation is what's taking place. And it's some type of corrosion or something deteriorating when it comes to somebody's foundation, security, they roots, like they home energy. Yeah, they did not learn though about this dishonesty, which is why again they're not receiving any type of communication or anything. And this person is actually intimidated by your strength, by your bravery. It's something about, again, your leadership skills, because they stuck. It's a fancy but broke, keeping things to yourself, did and doing the most. See, it's something about you understanding that this person is doing the most, did and doing the most. It's like, first of all, they did shit, now they doing the most because they feel like they can pull this over your head when it comes to these hidden intentions. But you can still sense that something is off, so that's why you keeping shit to yourself when it comes to your authority, when it comes to your forward movement, when it comes to your lesson. Again, you're using your discernment and having good judgment because you understand that somebody is fancy or acting fancy, but they motherfucking broke. They don't know nothing. And don't know nothing. Don't learn from experiences when it comes to this Cancer energy. They roots, they foundation. Somebody is just stuck. In magician mode. Yeah. And they can't, somebody is under judgment, period. Looking, they in their feelings. Because they can't see. They can't seek your guidance. You got sabotage here. See? You being protected by Anubis because this person is trying to sabotage you. They sabotage themselves, though. They in their feelings because they sabotage themselves by not learning these lessons, and they intimidated by this ending. You know, but somebody also want to sabotage you, too, with them setup vibes. Sabotage the High Priestess. What's going on with this? You guys simply don't care. Taurus and chosen. So it's something about you being chosen. You know, no, they didn't learn their lesson about you being chosen. The protection that comes along with you, why they shouldn't do certain things, why they gonna get their ass tossed up. See, the main thing is they just want to sabotage these gifts because you're chosen. They want that shit to end. Stop abruptly, immediately, because they intimidated. This is a Taurus. Or somebody got Taurus highly aspected, or I'll do you one better and tell you that Taurus is second house energy, so it deals with your possessions. It deals with what's been handed down to you, you know. That inheritance is in there. Yep. And see, this person doing the most, but they simply don't care. They don't care how unfair they gotta be. They don't care how unjust they gotta be because they feel like it's unfair to them that you keeping this to yourself. You got an entity attachment removed from a Libra. It's something about, you know, somebody being targeted when it comes to like their choices, the decisions that they make. Okay. So somebody might have something on them, right? Attached to them. And they want to know how to get it off is what they want to know how to get it off. Yeah, that's what they want. Because see, somebody acting fancy like they got all the answers to different things like that. But again, they broke. And see, this broke energy ain't even got nothing to do with the finances. It do, but it don't. It's energetic wise. That's why they stuck in their motherfucking feelings. They in them lower chakras. I already said that heart chakra. That balance, this Libra energy. Somebody lack balance. They don't have balance when it comes to their partnerships. This is even giving me like the unison, you know, with their higher and lower self. And somebody is stuck and they just decided to zero in on you because they in their feelings, Pisces. They want to point you out, target you out. It got a lot to do with over time. Again, your flow of you staying 10 toes down. Your choices, they in their feelings because they made fucked up choices when it came to them being in the school card. And they sabotaged their chosen energy. But they ain't got shit to do with you. What's going on? Nothing to do with you. It say stop sideways and change sideways. See, somebody is refusing to stop sabotaging themselves. They still sabotaging themselves with fucked up choices that they're making. Almost choked. Stupid bitch. They lack structure. Somebody is a tyrant. They refuse to stop being a tyrant. Shit. Hey, and with this change, they want to change your authority, but I'm going to go ahead and put it in the reverse because it came out sideways too. They ain't changed the shit with your chosen energy because that's part of your inheritance, period. Breakdown. Look, baby. Somebody being a motherfucking crybaby, trying to throw a temper tantrum over shit that ain't got nothing to do with them. Justice. Skills simply being balanced out. Look, rude. Fuck you, bitch. You rude too, ho. Especially if you were in here paying attention to me. Look, somebody feel like you rude because this shit ain't changing. Fuck them bitches. It say slowing down, things starting to lag. Yeah, see, somebody ain't able to progress like they thought they was gonna be able to just slide through this shit. It seemed like them faulty ass actions, you know, is catching up to them. And that's the last thing they was expecting. Right? Common case of wanting to wear the shoes and can't even fit them bitches. You know, don't even know the first thing about walking. What you say, hold on, ho, you trying to move too fast. Yeah, see, somebody wanted to siphon your energy. And now, again, things is lagging for them when it comes to their ability to heal. Confirmation. This may be confirmation for some of y'all. The different things that's being brought to the light, you know, about an individual. And how mature they are. What's going on? What's this confirmation? You got a relationship or a marriage. Yeah. Something that once was harmonious that's no longer harmonious. And understand this relationship, marriage, this commitment, whatever it is, it don't even necessarily have to be between lovers. It could be family, friends, business, because it's really giving a little bit of both. You did have the ex come out, but you already had somebody being envious before the ex come out. The ex just seemed like the ex was a motherfucking pawn. You know. What's going on? This relationship, somebody, yeah, it's something about you learning about energy vampires. You got a Gemini that was siphoning from your energy, or somebody who has Gemini highly aspected. This Gemini is third house energy as well too, though, so that deals with communication. You know, Geminis is the natural messenger. You know, speaks of is well learning. You know, that's the communication on different levels type energy. So somebody may have been pulling from your third house. That's where they were siphoning energy from. It was throwing off your perception. Yeah. Your intuition. That's what they was fucking with, your ability to communicate. You got multi-talented and spiritual contract was crossing. Sixth sense was sticking up. I was going to put it back in there. Yeah. See, somebody was siphoning your energy because, again, the first card that came out is you were able to get it 1,000 different ways. It's something about you being this star-like quality is they having many skills or talents. And you definitely have a spiritual contract for this. It's some type of harmonious energy that you reside in. It has a lot to do with your past. But see, somebody wanted you to be uncomfortable. That's why it was sideways. They want you to be uncomfortable, so uncomfortable that you cut the cord when it comes to, you know, your spiritual connection. It's something about causing a sudden change. Look, and you got death sideways. See, somebody wanted something to end when it comes to your happiness, your fulfillment, your joy. It came out sideways because that ain't happening. They may have been able to affect it at some point in time. But something changed. Yeah. Spiritual contract, comfortable, and something changed. So you got confirmation when it comes to this silly energy. Somebody might feel like you silly or something like that when it comes to this star. You know, it's something with attention and shit. I don't even know if you a comedian or something. You know, that's a healing energy too. Shit, being able to make people laugh. You know, that's a higher vibration. But either way it goes, it's something with this silly energy. This star being silly when it comes to this relationship. Yeah. See, you got an illusion sideways and high ranks. See, so it makes me feel like, you know, First of all, somebody felt like they was able to wipe your motherfucking down because it was an illusion. Something was hidden. You know, it was a false idea or belief when it came to this Gemini, even this communication that somebody had, that it was high ranking. Yeah, Star card again. What's going on with this high ranking? You got alignment. So 101 energy is something about you being in alignment, you know, when it comes to this multi-talented energy. Okay, so that speaks of, you know, your chakras and everything else like that. Somebody was pulling from key places in order to throw off your energetic center. If we even go, you know, to the third chakra, then that's going to be like it's your solar plexus. So it's going to be like your willpower, your bravery, you know, your courage, your strength. That's your gut feeling. That's still your intuition. That's they call it like your second brain, your stomach. What's going on with this alignment? High priest. See, somebody wanted your spiritual gifts. You got free agent, single, unattached. Okay, so silly illusion, high rank, alignment, free agent. Yeah, when it comes to this spiritual contract, give me more with this. Somebody is not, they not able to do nothing. It's something about, like, you know, you having a firm belief, you being comfortable with death. Period. Okay, so it's something about you trusting, you know what I mean, in the unknown is what it's giving me. Trusting when it comes to you going internal. And with this being comfortable about death, you know how you have some people who be fearful of ending. Some people, they don't like change. Some people are real restrictive. You know, they get real agitated, get real annoyed, real angry when shit get to changing. You know, and it's something about you getting comfortable with shit ending, because you got it understood. You ain't worried about death. If it end, baby, it's only for a new beginning. You have everlasting life. You're chosen. You got the motherfucking contract. The only person that's going to be fearful of death is a motherfucker that don't know what's going to take place once they leave. What's going on? High priest still want to jump. Somebody wants that high priest energy. They want some type of spiritual gifts or some type of anointing, because that way they feel like they could avoid this. Look, but you got showing love in the reverse. Somebody is comfortable with not showing love. They comfortable with hiding their heart. What is that? 93. Yep. So again, it's something about sacrifice. Somebody got to release a certain perception. It's something about they need to see something differently than how they done ever seen it before. Look what I tell you. Shock chakra. You hear me, baby? Heart chakra activation when it comes to this death. Somebody might not even survive a heart chakra activation. It's that harmonious energy, that kindred energy. Somebody needs to surrender. But it seems like, you know, they're trying to hold on, like, I kid you not. So it's even given, again, like a heart attack type energy. So it's something with somebody's heart chakra. What's going on with this silly energy? What's silly? Focus. Pay attention. True story. Okay. Romantic. I'm paying attention. So somebody feels like you were being silly for being romantic to them. Something was being illuminated about you being joyful or filled with happiness. Yeah. And you got protected by the Most High. So it's something when it comes to this inner knowing about these secrets. You know what I mean? Yes, you were romantic toward a person or something like that. Or you may have had some type of love, or you know what I mean, for a person. But baby, when it comes to that inner knowing about them secrets, them spidey senses, again, you was protected by the Most High. Look, that's why you was isolated. Isolation over time is something about you being kept away, kept, you know, in a certain position. What's going on with this? Yeah, you got soaking in the reverse, and yeah, so you definitely wasn't soaking when it came to this. It's something about change, chaos. You still learning, you adjusting, you maneuvering. Again, free agent, single, unattached, you know. You cool with it. With the cycles is what it's giving me. And say, oh, but God in the reverse, baby. Hey. So somebody is insecure is what it is. Yup. When it comes to this multi-talented free agent energy. Somebody want to make it seem like, you know, you wasn't attached to the divine the whole time. Look, you got flow and friendly in the reverse. See, somebody had a very unfriendly flow. Manifesting different leaps of faith again, and never showing love, never showing gratitude. Hardened heart chakra. That's the issue. Somebody was comfortable and they want to blame other people. Victim mindset. Never accept accountability. Look, heart chakra activation. Do you believe in magic, baby? It's something about you knowing that you have all the tools that you need in order to manifest. Yep, look, spiritual war, spiritual attack. So somebody raged some type of war or something like that against you. They may have tried to send you some type of heart chakra issues. Heart issues, period. See, you had some love for somebody. Spiritual war, attack. And you was protected by the Most High. Conflict, battle. Somebody definitely tried to rage war on you, baby. They ain't do shit. Look, same belief system. Calling back your energy. Yeah, you ain't changed. That's what that let me know when it came to them raging wars. See, somebody thought that they was gonna get in their little magician bag and they was gonna force you to get in your magician bag. But see, you chose, and all you gotta do is just go talk to your motherfucking people. I'll do you one better and say all you gotta do is call your motherfucking daddy. Masculine energy father, if you don't call him that, whatever it is, all you had to do was just tap into your main line. What's going on with this spiritual war, this spiritual attack? You got trust issues. See, somebody was doubting your protection is what it is. They want to sacrifice your protection. But they was feeling like it was something that you was doing. You know what I mean? When it comes to this isolation. Look, role model in the reverse. So somebody wanted to spiritually attack you because they had trust issues, because they felt like you wasn't a role model. That's past energy. So maybe you went through your little karmic phase. You know what I mean? Your pre-empress status. And see, that be the thing right there. You deal with people who are not able to change themselves. Therefore, they try to discredit anybody else's change, not realizing that that is proof of why the fuck they can't change. Why they're not changing. What's going on with this past energy? You got vulnerable sideways and 10 toes down, see? In the past, you may have been more vulnerable. You may have been more likely to put yourself in danger. Yup. It's something about you being in a position of being easily, you know, to attack. And somebody had gotten the flow of this unfriendly energy with you. Yup. But now you 10 toes down in this motherfucker right here. Moving forward, authority. You done learned lessons. You know how to integrate the old with the new, all that. When it comes to that unfriendly shit. And you still happy. Still smiling. Look. You got money in the reverse. You ain't got no energy to give to this shit at all. That's what that money gonna be. Any energy. You ain't got no hidden motives, no none of that. You just simply don't give a fuck. But you say, bitch, do you believe in magic? You hear me? Take a shot for me in the reverse. Somebody is refusing to leave well enough alone. And that's my shit. Every time I see that, that's that Drake. See, somebody is feeling insecure. They overdid something, overpoured into something, excessively did some shit. When it comes to that, do you believe in magic? Because, see, somebody wanted you to feel regret is what it is. Wanted you to feel sorrow. Wanted you to feel like you was missing something when it came to them, because they was missing some shit when it came to you. And I just keep hearing that, because in that song, he said, I can see it in her eyes. She angry. Regret ain't got shit on what you feeling now. you mad because he ain't like me, or you mad because nobody ever did it like me. I promise you, he told that bitch all the care I would take, all the love that we make. Now you trying to find somebody to replace what I gave to you. It's a shame you didn't keep it. Hey, the names might be, he said Alicia, Katia is what he said in the song. I know that you gonna hear this. I'm the man. Yeah, I said it. Bitch, I'm the man. Don't you forget it. He went in on that motherfucker. He went in. He went in. He thought that, oh, I made it. Yeah, I made it. First, I made you who you are, but then I made it. And now you wasted with your latest. Yeah, I'm the reason why you always getting faded. Take a shot for me. Oh, God, bitch. Heartbreak. Portals. What's going on with this spiritual attack? You got dreams in the reverse. So somebody was trying to spiritually attack you in your dreams. Put little obstacles, little hiccups in the way so it was hard for you to heal. Create some type of trust issues. You got serious sideways. Somebody was not serious at all. It's giving me the fact that they not able to intervene in your dreams is what's letting them know that you serious too. When it came to the sacrifice, you done completely released the situation. Completely let it go. Look, you got an alchemist, and you done alchemized the energy that somebody had going on in the past. Whatever it is that they was able to do to manipulate your energy, you know, over time to make it present like you was not this role model. You done alchemized that when it came to this karma. That past being too vulnerable. Look, you got connection. Alchemize that shit and got a full-fledged connection when it comes to this star card. It's something about your intuition, your guidance. This healing. Yup, that spiritual contract. What's that vulnerable in the reverse? Or give me more on this connection. Serious alchemist connection. Hey, I'm telling you, somebody know that your magic, like I said, is definitely magicking. Look. They feel like I'm being petty. I don't give a fuck. Hey, true story. You see spirit, fuck you mean? Look, using you up. That's what they was trying to do. Fuck you so well. Being no motherfucking petty. We 10 toes down. Bitch, you ain't getting no money. You ain't getting no honey. You ain't getting nothing. Fuck you mean? Take a shot for me. Hold that. Take a shot is in the reverse because we don't drink, bitch. What you talking about? It's spirits. We ain't inviting none of that shit in. What's going on with this petty energy? Infatuated. Oh, I'm sorry. Inflated sense of self. Yeah, see somebody being petty. They feel like you on your high horse. I kid you not. Like you bigger than life. Like you got an inflated sense of self. So they wanted to attack your money, and that shit backfired. Again with them hidden motives. Shit, they got the inflated sense of self. Look, working together. Oh, so you had people team up. Ops team up. Unjust. Do something unfair. Backfired on everyone. Everywhere. Copycat energy. No, bitch. What's going on with this working together? Working together for what, spirit? What they working together for? You got blame in the reverse. So that victim shit. Copycat, 10 house, careers. Yeah. Somebody, it's like a hyping each other up. Both on some lame shit. Somebody telling their bestie to throw it, and that shit whip back at them. Like a little girl on the playground with beads. You remember mom used to put them beads in your hair. You get the swank in your head, that shit clack around, hit you in your eye. Look, little black girls, y'all know what I'm talking about. When you little. Them beads, boy. Look, solution in the reverse. See, somebody cannot find a solution. They can't find the answer to the problem. Yeah. Childhood upbringing, early life experiences is what spirit is saying to this person. It has a lot to do with tradition. They prepping that institutional beliefs, you know, that they have. Somebody seriously needs somebody to help them balance out that energy. What's the solution in the reverse? I want to close this out, spirit. What's the solution in the reverse? You got despair. So somebody is in serious despair when it comes to them, you know, their lack of forward movement. It's something about somebody keep trying to say that they got the same fucking belief system as you, but they don't. Even if they do, they lack some type of faith, baby. They don't even know what the fuck belief is. What is this despair about? You got shadow sign. So it's something about somebody being in some type of harmonious energy when it comes to their shadow side. That's what they connected with. And look, it's giving at you balancing out the scales for yourself. Look, mine told you, balancing out the scales for yourself, getting some type of justice, reflect the number. This is 29, this is 92. Baby, you was on the motherfucking come up. That's why this person feel like you got a inflated sense of self. Because they want to work with you. And they feel like you doing something to them by not working with them. They feel like you to blame, Pisces. It's your fault. They, see, that's what I'm saying with that immature mindset. This person do not want to accept anything that they have done to you. This card been jumping the whole time and just came out in the reverse. Somebody is a dark priest. They're a dark priest. And that's why they getting bad karma for the work that they was doing. They may have even been working together with a dark priest. See the way it goes. Shit. You got focused in the reverse. See, somebody was unfocused. That's why they in despair when it came to this working together. You got lustful. Look, waste of energy. Somebody was being too lustful and was hiding these secrets is what it is. So again, they bound to their shadow self. Look, dumps their energy on the bottom of the deck. I ain't even got to do shit else with this. Baby, they thought they was going to use you for that come up, and goddamn it seemed like they got lifted up and slammed all the way the fuck down. Okay? All right, Pisces, that was your read.